Bar, Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar, Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22, next to the Moshi Bus Stop, opposite the Grosile Bus Stop. Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosile.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses when there's help for you? At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
If you recently submitted a claim to the National Insurance Corporation, you also need to submit your financial account information to get paid. All NIC benefit claims are now paid conveniently through your local financial institution. To provide your bank or credit union account information, simply log on to the NIC website at www.stlucianic.org. Click the Financial Account Information tab and fill out the form. It's that easy. You only submit once. Ensure you enter the details of an open active account in your name. If you do not have access to the internet, visit any NIC office to collect a financial account information form. Help us to help you. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff.
McDowell's Supplements, an effective way to ensure you and your loved ones are getting the daily recommended intake of essential vitamins, minerals, and other important nutrients necessary for optimal health. Naturally, we carry an array of health and wellness supplements. McDowell's Immune Booster enhances your body's defense to fight colds and flu, boosts your immune system, prevents viruses and other airborne diseases. McDowell's Colon Cleanser prevents constipation, helps in removing toxins from the colon, detoxifies the body, and regulates your bowel movements. McDowell's Prostate Health prevent the enlargement of the prostate, improve urinary flow, and reduce frequent urination, especially at night. Moringa oleifera capsules are rich in minerals like calcium, potassium, zinc, magnesium, iron, and copper, vitamins like beta-carotene of vitamin A, vitamin B such as folic acid, vitamin C, D, and E. McDowell's Potassium Complex, used for treating and preventing low potassium levels, high blood pressure, preventing stroke, and aid in weight loss. McDowell's Triple Magnesium relaxes the muscles, relieves cramps and helps to control high blood pressure, improves sleep, and can calm the nerves. Magnesium is very important for the normal functioning of cells, nerves, muscles, bones, and the heart. McDowell's Ginger Turmeric helps to relieve pain, decrease nausea and enhance the immune function to help protect against illness and infection. Ginger turmeric has powerful anti-inflammatory properties and improves your circulation. Don't hold health back. Let health strike back. McDowell's, the better way to start your health. Visit Health Service Center, John Compton Highway. Call 453-6417. Let your wellness be our stress.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM. The man.
Tuesday afternoon to you, everyone. It is the 26th day of the month of November 2024. This is, and I welcome you to, The Real Issues with me, Shelton Daniel, your host and producer, alongside our technical operator, Alton Jaquan Joseph, and my co-host, who's back with me again after a little break. a break of two Lisas, Lisa Hunt. he always tells us about, the tale of two prime ministers. Well, we had a break of two Lisas. Yeah. Lisa Hunt, the nutritionist on Friday, and Lisa Jawahi, the senator, and SLP Comms director yesterday. So Terry Fenello, welcome once again. Nice to have you as always on The Real Issues.
Pleasure. Yes.
Everyone, I hope you're having a good day so far. Our program, as you know, airs weekdays. That's Monday to Friday, holidays accepted, from 12:30 until 2 p.m. on the radio station Real FM, serving you on the dual frequencies of 91.3 North and 91.5 South, and also simulcasting on MBC Television, Channel 120 on the Flow Cable TV service. We are on Facebook Live as well, and streaming live on YouTube. Okay, I think you must be having a great day. It's looking like a great day for everybody. It's quite an assumption to make, isn't it? Let's hope it's a good assumption. It's an accurate one. And whenever I get into any kind of preamble stuff, I think I do Terry an injustice. He's always so well prepared and so well, stocked and stacked with so much, to talk about, that I really think I should correct myself, especially as we're coming towards the end of the year. By the way, folks, we do our usual going up until National Day. That is the day before National Day, and then we take about a 2 weeks break. Yeah? Okay, so Thursday, the 12th of December, will be our last program for the year, I think, unless I receive any instructions to the contrary. And then we're going to resume in the week following the ASU Square festivities. All right? That sound good to you? You okay with that? Do I have your approval for it? Anyway, Terry, you take it away from here.
Oh, we taking a break?
Yes.
C'est des mois pas qu'à prendre break.
It's really to help our programming.
Si c'est des mois pas prendre break, guys.
Yes, our Christmas programming.
But I understand. Sometimes we have to
get away.
We have to pause, recharge. Yes.
Yeah.
We have to recharge our batteries.
Yes.
Socialize, meet each other, and hopefully maybe the Real Issues group can, it's someplace and negotiate. Talk a few things in person, build bridges, bond, etc. That helps,
Yes.
Well, Shelton, today I have to apologize to the viewers and listeners. Today I'm going to wing it because this morning after my swim, we're just relaxing and talking, and I said, well, I'll be going home to relax, have a shower, and just meditate and plan for today. I got a call, and brotherly love. I had to go and meet my brother. Etc. So I am just before I came in the studio, I dropped him off. So I did not really, not that I didn't plan. I mean, there are always issues, but making sure that everything is on point. But that's neither here nor there. We are here today, and we're going to be discussing issues. I listened to you and Lisa yesterday. I was very impressed. Apparently, there was a great convention on Sunday.
Yes.
And I understood the GS was in fine form, and maybe it will be something that should be made available to us.
Okay.
Because I understood he charted the way forward, how we're going to move forward, and you mentioned it yesterday. Baby, I'm saying baby, but Honorable Kazimi made a very cogent observation. He says, man, that's the first time he sits in a cabinet. Well, that's the first time he's in cabinet, but he sits there and he listens to the contributions by others.
His Facebook post on
and that's right. I read that there the same time. I suspect very early in the morning.
Yeah, I read it in its entirety.
And he was saying, but in there's no mipri, there's no planning of attacking people, how to denigrate, etc. And I'm like, yeah, everything must be focused on going forward, taking our country forward. And that is what we are about, Shelton, taking our country forward. Now, this morning I also happened to be listening to Jaim, and Jaim had a wonderful program. And he was talking about a lot of things. And a caller called to castigate him. Shut up there, you're not going to work.
Yes,
Open it to have buffet. I fed to have you.
Yes, I heard that.
Or just like, And Jaim challenged her and said, but tell me what this guy has done. The leader of the side, the owner of the ball. What has he done? And Shelton, that got me thinking. Viewers, today we will need your help. Okay? Even the flubbers who are listening, we will need your help. Because Jaime put a simple question, But you know, when the lady called
and there was no answer.
no, but you know, Yadi couldn't help himself.
Yeah, Yadi called. Yadi really.
Yadi led into her because Yadi couldn't contain himself, and I was just smiling all the time. I'm like, yes, what has he done? And Shelton, I went to thinking, ladies and gentlemen, you see this? I'm still old school, although I got a nice little.
Can I just pause you for a bit, folks? I'm sorry. I'm getting a lot of the similar messages. Like I was getting yesterday. One says, Shelton Daniel, the sound is cutting off like yesterday on the TV. Another one sends me a message which says, let me see, this one says, I've been listening to NBC since morning. There was no problem with the audio. As soon as the advertisements for real issues came on, so is the intermittent breaking up of the audio. I remember that same thing used to happen with HTS when Claudius hosted Straight Up. The fact is, it doesn't happen on any other network. Do you still believe it is not sabotage? Makes no sense following anymore. Goodbye. And this is a long-term follower of the real issues. Says, they just can't get by with it. Let me see if I can get another one.
Is it on Facebook or just on the radio? You don't know?
I don't know. I think it's the TV from yesterday.
They can use a technician just said, go to YouTube.
Yeah.
A technician just messaged me there and say, go to YouTube. Tell the writer they could follow on YouTube. Apparently, YouTube is fine.
Okay.
It's fine on YouTube. So if you cannot get us on Facebook, try YouTube. So this is a top technician there. Trust me. He knows his stuff. And it says, try YouTube. You should be able to get us there. The streaming there works perfectly, he says. So go to YouTube. Type in the real issues on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you will get that. So he says it's perfect there. All right?
Okay. All right. Well,
you have it there? So those, So all right, so Shelton and Yadi, I'm not Yadi, Jaime, listen quietly. He allowed her to speak. He didn't cut off because on our shows we don't cut off people. We take calls from all sides. Okay? Even when you are making a fool of yourself, we allow you to make a fool of yourself, okay? Because that is your democratic right. Everybody has a right to make an idiot of themselves. So we will not cut you off if you're talking, go ahead. Any problem. So, Shelton, after I heard that, even driving at such, my brother, I'm like, I took my pad and I'm saying, no, I'm going to try to list all the good things that Alan Shastley did.
Good luck with that.
So
I wish you the best with that.
Y'all could see my a little pad I got there, St. Lucia Teachers Credit Cooperative.
Happy adventure.
Yeah, no, but Shelton, I'm going to show you because
best wishes on this expedition.
Because we're going to
I suspect your little notebook will not need too many pages,
But Shelton, I decided that's seafood there, man. Yeah, so Shelton, I decided to cut off the page, cut off the page of the achievements. I'm Jaquan now, and this is the list of it. This is the list of achievements.
Okay.
Can you see that? That's all. Shelton, I scratched. I said, but let me give them.
That reminds me of. I wasn't there, but somebody told me once there's a man called Ubaldus.
You are.
Who was supposed to present the paper in advance of the SOP
thing,
in office, so as to show what our economic policy
was.
Will be based on, and as the real big-time economist university, professor.
That's right.
And the most the man could come up was a piece of paper like that, And in about 2 minutes he was finished.
And I heard.
And he said the economy of St. Lucia, there's nothing that can be done with it. So even if the Labour Party came back to office, there was nothing.
And I got it from my partner who was a minister at the time. He says, Monterey Monday was sure shame. He said at the time, Dr. Anthony, the leader, just bent his head in shame, and he was like, this guy's a waste of time. Waste of good time. And you know what he just found out? When he left here, after doing his nonsense in the office, he went to the Cayman Islands or Turks and Caicos.
I don't know why he went.
And in no time, the people found out that that's a joker. So he had to come back.
It's really not what he was cracking
up to be. He false advertisements, advertising. But people, now I try to give them the horse racing track. But you spend $113 million to build a hospital, and while you build it, you said it will not make money. What? So at least I give them something. This is what I came up with. The bypass road in Vieux-Fort. It was built for DHS, but we're using it. Because every time I go down to Vieux-Fort, I use that road to go and check my brother, because my brother lives in the area of St. Jude. So I'll give them that. But I struggle to find out. That's a list of achievements, I struggle to come, you know what I mean? And the ladies call you to tell Giant, pay Bushula, to have si upani ya kufe, who just upani power. And Giant says, but tell me what the man has done. And this is what I came up with. After a whole morning, you know what I mean?
What's on it? Does it have anything written on it?
Yeah. I said, give them the bypass road. The $11 million they spent for.
That is the DSH road.
The DSH road. So I say, because the DSH road, I use it when I go to Vieux-Fort, people use it. So give them that.
You're not being fair to the man, You're not being fair to the man. You really should say, relocating the Vieux-Fort landfill. Not relocating it. Obliterating the Vieux-Fort landfill, because now you have to transport waste all the way from
But if you could see me, if you could read, that is the list of achievements.
So you don't consider demolitions and destructions of your accomplishments? Mash up custody suite.
But we are rebuild it. You mash it up. And I understood. They paid twice for the demolition of custody suites,
Okay.
Twice, double payment.
Okay.
For custody suites. You understand? So I try to be fair. I'm not being fair.
I get you.
I'm trying to be fair.
Yeah.
This is what I came up with. This is a long list of achievements from this fella, that they want to bring back on us. This is it. And I had to scratch the road, the bypass road. And there are people going on orange march. Orange march for what? I mean, you march for a cause. You see now, we have to be guarded. Prior to 2016, Cambridge Analytica was at work. The country was numb. We didn't realize what was going on. They played with our heads. They marched for 680 gas. And I told you there was a customs officer who worked in bulk. Bulk is where they do the chemicals and stuff. He knew the formula because Inch had given us I remember, Brother Inch, sorry for calling you, but you were the first to get, you sent me the formula. So I had the formula. So I saw CIF, cost insurance freight. We have no control over these things. The importers markup, the dealers markup, the little excise, not exercise, the excise tax, etc. Everybody tried to explain that. Richard Peterkin, there's a guy from Ministry of Finance, he came on the radio, he explained. But you see, when things catch, and that is what we have to guard against, when you allow something to catch a fire, you cannot out it. So people believe and they fell for that lie. And let me tell the parliamentarians, we have to be on top of this. You understand? They tried the 680 orange match. They don't want to use yellow because they're trying to make it nationalistic. But we are not fooled. So you match on a lie. You rode into power on a lie. And you're trying the same thing again because Donald Trump was a lie a minute. That's fine. So you figure you could do the same thing here. But we have to call out every lie, every piece of misinformation, every piece of disinformation. You all of a sudden, billions have disappeared from CIP. Where? We have to be on top of those lies. And we're going to correct it with facts. Not with misinformation, not with opinions, but with facts. So the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, Ministry of responsible for CIP, led the report in the House. A second one, the other one is coming. We're not going to allow that. You want to go and march and dirty the health center with placards? No, police. You see, you want to go by Jamari, there's a school there. Now, I have foreseen, it's a democratic country, you can march. I agree, everybody has a right to make a fool of themselves. You want to play the fool, but don't disrupt the school and don't disrupt the man's gas station. Stay on the road, stay on the highway, etc. Do your nonsense with yourselves. You understand? Because, if you are being paid to do it, and bot support, I always say bot support is not support. Bot support is not support. So you want to go on your orange march, you want to do that, but you cannot fool me twice. It worked the first time. We cannot allow it to work the second time. We have to counter with facts, and we have to do it every day. We cannot rest. As I tell you, the devils don't rest. So we have to counter with the facts, So march if you want, but we'll come with the facts. So we're going to list some of the achievements of our party. I said our party because let me rephrase that, of the Philip J. Pierre led administration. Okay, it's the Philip J. Pierre led administration. I saw Auntie Emma. You know I love Auntie Emma, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, man. Auntie Emma is a lady of substance, a lady of integrity. You know, nobody can say she's corrupt. You know.
Always throw in a little. I love Sister Cornelia. if not, we're sure to get a jealousy call.
You know, the poverty of the language, you know, I might get in trouble. So I'll have to define what is agape, filio, you know what I mean, etc., you know, because, you know, these things are,
I know.
You have to distinguish the eros and stuff.
Yeah, you'll frame
the poverty of the language.
Yeah.
So
I expect to call you, but let's try not to let it be a jealousy call.
So I saw Auntie Emma, man, so fresh, getting a 50-string orchestra. The equipment was bought. You see, Auntie Emma is a lady. She doesn't talk much, you know. And when she, you know, she's quiet and thing. Not like the deputy pope who pretends in church saying the rosary, but on the à la pulpit like il a fait comme si c'est un vieux Jomet Bolawi.
So deputy pope là c'est une femme.
Il c'est femme, deputy pope là c'est une femme.
OK.
Là il y a l'église là. Il a prié comme si c'est ouais, c'est un nan, mais à la pulpit là, à la plateforme là, il a fait comme si oui, marquez ça. Il a fait comme si oui, c'est un vieux Jomet Bolawi. Ouais, il a dit toute qualité magie et quoi, papi chaud. Nous parlons ça, OK? Auntie Emma, parle ça. Auntie Emma, nice and quiet. Even if you tell her bad things, she's still with you. You understand? And when she's working, she's a woman of substance, and so she has secured musical instruments for the musicians if you thought. So very soon, you know what I mean, you'll be hearing the street because we celebrated, we just came from St. Cecilia's Day, Feast of Musicians. And so we expect Soufre. At some point, we'll have all the musicians actively involved in the music. Because you see, music is important. And we have people like Jason Batchelor Joseph who is pushing the schools and so on. So we need to do that. All right? So we have Auntie Emma doing her business. And we're going to today, ladies and gentlemen. Now when I come to do these things, it's not sexy because we need to take our time to highlight the good that we have been doing. Now, I did agriculture, and we'll recap, in the new year. We're not letting that drop. And Ministry of Agriculture, Stabach, the Honorable Prosper, update it because we have it up to, I think, March of 2024. So we need to update it so that we can present to the people to show what we are doing. Remember, I showed you what Alan Shastny, that side, the side led by the fellow of the ball, the side. I'm sure that is it. Okay? That is it. A little bypass road. That is the only accomplishment I can point to. But we're going to list for us some of the appointments. So we did agriculture. We can we can begin to do commerce. Like, that's Auntie Emma's ministry. Oja, where my cotton Auntie Emma. All right, Auntie Emma, we're coming to you there, and we might take education. I didn't send everything to you, but I just screenshotted it because it's a huge document. Look for commerce. It starts with commerce, and ladies and gentlemen, we can follow. Okay? Because you need to know. We need to educate ourselves. So when these people making the noise, because that's what they're doing, noise. They have nothing to eat us on. So they're latching on to. Imagine that, you guys. These patriots. You're going to tag with a fraudster. Man, I saw like Terrence Drew. That's right. Well, we shared my namesake, Terrence Fanello.
He's completely knocked the wind out of that thing.
Après ça, Buglaki got some penguin là. They don't have to worry about me again. I finish that. I turn it over to the district. What is to this and that. So they don't have to worry about Thaddeus Antoine. Don't have to worry about me and this and magie tout seul, guys. Magie tout seul. And people were willing to hitch their wagon to a fraudster. Cheese on bread. And hello, the voting public, you have to punish these fellas. You have to punish them for that act of treason. Because that's what it is, treason. You don't side with a foreign party against your government, against your country. For a man who has gone to jail in 2 continents for fraud, racketeering, and everything else, and that is the man you want to charge. Even talk shows talking about giving a man citizenship and diplomatic passport.
Yeah.
These people ought to be ashamed of themselves. You know the proud St. Lucia. You can't sing the anthem. That's not yours. Disgraceful, despicable. Come on, man. This is your country. And regardless you're in red or yellow, I'm wearing black today. Well, I don't even know what color is that. You don't side.
Looks like grey to me, but
Yeah, grey.
Apparently the TV is showing it to be blue because somebody's messaging me saying
Green blue.
Is it Blue Tuesday? Shades of blue? No,
Yeah.
shades of grey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. You never side with. You know, there have times when you have to put down the political partisanship and band together for your country. In St. Kitts, that's what I have not heard the opposition in St. Kitts side with anybody against the government. You understand? Timothy Harris, I have not heard him on that.
They recognize when an enemy is
common, at the gate.
It's a common enemy
at the gate.
Yeah.
Harris has not said anything. I've not heard anything from Timothy Harris.
And they recognize there's no justice or anything that this guy wants. This guy wants to bleed the treasuries of poor countries, so that he can get a bribe to satisfy whatever his needs are.
So Timothy Harris has taken Emma's advice, because Emma called on that guy here, that guy, the leader of the side, to put, stop being mischievous. Try to be a statesman. But Emma Dimi says, try for once in your life to be a statesman and stop making a fool of yourself, creating mischief, and put the country first. Remember I played that for you all last week? When Chuck on, he can look that. Timothy Harris has decided that, hello man, I can't side with this man. He has kept his mouth closed, because you have anything to say? Keep quiet. Mr. Martinez, Honorable Philip Martinez, the Kokolo, what's his name? Fede. Yeah, and we're going to join the lawsuit against St. Lucia. A South American, A South American. You already destroyed Radio St. Lucia. Because there's a song in it that I cannot get it. Maybe somebody has, if you have it in your archives by Chippy. It was written by Ronald Bogan. Foreigners, what they're eating, what you are eating. What they're drinking, what you are drinking. What they're wearing, what you. That's a top song by Chippy. If somebody has that. Now, Shelton, if Radio St. Lucia was still in operation, I could have just gone up there, talked to the technicians there, and they'd have given that to me. After you closed the station, you took all the material and throw it. You threw it away in an old building for the rain and the sun. Right now, useless. A South American and a Frenchman. And that you're tagged with a foreigner to try to hit my country. Hello? You have to punish these people at the polls. They're trying to put themselves up as your representative when they have done absolutely nothing. Nothing at all except put a bypass road for talking that we use. You understand? And then you're masquerading. You're talking about, price of this and price of that. Your father has shares in Marcy. Tell him bring on the price. You want to go and march and put, hello, don't put any nonsense on the health centers. We are arresting you all. March you all doing. Sheldon, I realize it's 1 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take our break and we shall resume after the break. We shall head into commerce. Thank you. All right? We'll take a break now, Shakwan.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
It is well known that diseases like diabetes, high blood pressure, and other illnesses may restrict blood flow, which can lead to impotence and erectile dysfunction. This is why Enhance was formulated to meet these challenging health problems, which can reduce your ability to perform. If you're having problems maintaining your manhood, then reclaim your manhood today with Enhance. Enhance increases your energy level, boost your stamina, and increases your endurance.
You can get your Enhance at Southwell VA4, Restorer Pharmacy Soufre, Knights Med Miku, Lay by Bar The Morn, Dexter's Place Jeremy Street Castries, Citygate Bar The City opposite the market, Plants Place Denry Highway, Arlette Supermarket Soufre, The Release Stress Bar Labrie Highway, Cool Joint Bar Victoria Schwazel, Prios Bus Stop 22 next to the Moshi Bus Stop opposite the Grosley Bus Stop, Prios Bar and Grill in Corinth, Grosley.
Enhance, the best a man can get.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you at Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
If you recently submitted a claim to the National Insurance Corporation, you also need to submit your
The voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluffs. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Welcome back to the program. Shelton just had to step out for a minute or two, but we shall continue. As I was saying, when people have shown you who they are, they're willing to commit treason for power, they're hungry for power, you cannot trust them. You cannot trust a man, or you cannot trust people who are hungry for power. That's a problem. So I call them patriots because they do not like this country. When Jaime questioned the lady this morning, tell me what your leader has done. She couldn't articulate anything. But today we're going to do that. So Shelton, not Shelton, Jaquan, just pull up. We started with agriculture last week, and we're going into the Ministry of Commerce now. Just a few highlights. And we'll go down, we'll continue to go down until we, all right. The Ministry of Commerce, some highlights. In collaboration with the OAS, it's on the screen, launch a $100,000 for a project to accelerate the growth of the MSMEs, the medium-sized enterprises, small and medium-sized enterprises. We're looking after the small businesses because, that helps the growth of the economy. You understand? $10 million allocated. What? Loan and grant facility. So you could get a loan. What's it? 30-70? 70% grant, 30% loan. Same thing with the Youth Unemployment Agencies. So those of you out there, you have a small business idea, come on, check the Ministry of Commerce. Who knows, you'll qualify. Build your small business. 500 small business owners stand to benefit from that facility. Utansa, 600 boutique. You have a small business. You do CMOS production, whatever it is. Go and have a chat with them. They can advise you. They'll let you know if you're on the right track, if this is viable or sustainable. And they'll give you a grant and a loan. So everything is not a loan. You get a grant, you don't pay back, and the loan maybe 30%. Interest very low. Take advantage of that. As of June just passed the line, 273 applications approved. And what dispersed? $4.3 million disbursements for the loan grant facility. Oh my word. What more you want? Chicken and rice? All right, 273 applicants and $4.3 million already dispersed. Subsidize the price of fuel, flour, and rice. Can you just freeze it there for a moment, Jaquan? You want to go and match for fuel. Ladies and gentlemen, you think the Prime Minister, I mean, he talked about cross-subsidization, but I will not talk about that today. Because I'll let him explain. Well, I can explain it, but I'll let him at another date. I mean, you have a mother, single parent, have 2-3 children sent into school. You want them, I mean, a tank of gas, if we take out the subsidies, that's going to be about $60, you know, 60 something dollars. Come on a struggling mother, a struggling single, well, not just mother, single parent who are children to go to school. We have to cross-subsidize. But you want to go and match for what? So, tear to buy and hatch. No, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes those of us who can bear a little, you know what I mean? Just take it easy. Help with the process. Because, you know, you heard Comrade Ralph. Comrade Ralph told us we cannot allow the Prime Minister to carry the burden alone. We have to hold his hand too. So they are subsidizing flour, fuel, and rice. Now remember, these guys were there and they took it out. They took it out. They were there and they took it out. But the Honorable Philip JP and his cabinet realizing, no man, we can't have that. We have people who are struggling. We have people whose circumstances are not like ours, and we have to assist. So they have assisted. They put the subsidies are back. All right. So up to to the tune of $8.9 million. Have. All right, Jaquan. A lot. Let's go back, Jaquan. Put it back up. $8.9 million. That's costing the government, or that's revenue that we are not collecting. Save citizens $40 million by. Oh my God. But we know that. Now, you know, I'm going to tell you, you see these big yachts that come in there, they have to pay full price, because they can afford. These mega yachts and things, we are subsidizing for them, they can afford. But for the Malawi, for you, myself, we have to subsidize. So we save 40 million. I have to go to my notes because Jacqueline keeps taking it out. All right. Establishment of Taste of St. Lucia shop at duty free. You know, I know there's a duty-free shop there, and one of my colleagues, she's an author. She has a little booth there. You know, she has written about how many novels? 4 novels, I think. I want to be sure. I don't want to sell a shot. About 4 novels, yeah. All right. About 4 novels. So you could check it out there. Successful 2-year hosting of Export the Runway to showcase local designers and yes, all of that in it. Tutsadai, the creatives. Tutsadai. So the designers, those people who make, you know, buy local. You don't have to go and buy what Polo by Ralph Lauren or whatever. And Yves. No man, we have Shazi and we have the rest who could design and make stuff, and we have a lot of local. Sorry if I didn't call your name. I need to you all. I see sometimes you recreate the kind of outfits that you all are wearing and what you all are showcasing. We tell you we have great artists here, great designers, great clothing designers. So we're doing that suspension of the sick. That's right. Now that's the most we can do in terms of the price of foods. I mean, sometimes yes, maybe the importers are engaging in price gouging. We have to watch that. But what government has done? There was a 6% service charge on controlled goods that was removed. So try to bring down the price of goods. So we are doing something. You understand? Hopefully, you know, these wars. I mean, too many wars. My God, can't take it. This will stop, and there'll be a free flow of goods. You know what I mean? There'll be not all these, you know, this kind of disruptions. So we have the Philip JP administration, they have taken that out to try to assist with the inflation and the cost and the price of goods at the supermarket. There's nothing you could do. People believe that is the government that say put this price or put that price. There are already items that are price controlled. We know that. So the price is controlled. Can't go higher than what you say it is. But the others, the markup, some of the importers have to have a conscience. You know, you don't have to make 145%, as some of you do. You could bring it down, you know, because if you're going to continue that way, as things get better, people will be importing more from Amazon and is it Shin, whatever it is. I can't pronounce it properly. You understand? So they took that out. Lastly, 50 micro, small, and medium-sized, no, Jacqueline, let me go back to my notes, will benefit from a 1-year point of sale machine service subscription. So we're trying to make it easy for the small manufacturers and the small businesses. We're doing all of that. We're trying. So there is more. As I said, that was I think this was up to March or April. Shelton, but there's more to come. That will be updated because in every policy statement, when you go to the budget debates, everything is laid out. Let's go to economic development. Now, I don't know if I'm going too fast, you all tell me, because you'll have to message Shelton because for some reason my the comments are stuck, so I'm not seeing any of the comments. Well, it's stuck. I don't know why, how. I don't, maybe something I touched. I'm not too sure. So if I'm going to be too fast, let me know, via Shelton, so that I can slow down. But you need to know the facts. Wait, before I go to economic development, let me play a little video for you. There's one about this guy for tent. Country's broke. I'll tell you how the country's broke. Let's take a little break. Yeah, the country's broke. I'm not the country's broke. I sent you 2 videos. The second one I sent. Listen to the man flippantly, and then I'm going to come back. Because I still have my piece of paper with his list of achievements. Okay? And I'll show you how he squandered. He's squandering the money that we have had. You could play it? Let it run. Let it run. It's running there now. The country is broke.
CHA Marketplace. Yes, there was a tent that cost $850,000 US dollars. That's what it cost. Yes, there was a tent that cost $850,000 US dollars.
The enemy is not the Labour Party. The enemy is the oppressed people.
Udonza? You understand? I'm looking for achievements, So this guy comes in there, he gets money, he spends money. He sees money, he spends money. He, as I said before, he knows the price of everything. 850 US, the value of nothing. For a weekend, a tent. You saw the tent? For one weekend, that cost us almost $2 million EC dollars. Ladies and gentlemen, the lady calls this morning to Jaim and says, well, Shasta is the best thing since sliced bread. Would you, with your money, rent that tent for a weekend for almost $2 million EC dollars? But you're ashamed to say it because when Jaim asks you, what has he done? You couldn't point to anything, but I'm pointing it to you now. That's all he did. And a piece of paper. You have to struggle to see what's there. All right? Let's go to economic development. You have that there? Jokwan, you just put it across the screen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm taking my time to do that. I'm not on the rampage today. I'm taking my time. Appointment. You see, and Philip J. Pierre always tells you, he's not an engineer, he's not a doctor, he's somebody, he listens to the technocrats. Maybe some people say you listen too much. No, but you have to listen. If it's not your area of expertise, you cannot just come willy-nilly, be like this guy who went to bed as a bus driver. Nothing wrong with that. I have a lot of friends, bus driver, hello. And then all of a sudden you woke up next day because you won an election and you became a master of everything. No. He appointed an HIA redevelopment committee to find ways to reduce the debt burden on the citizens. Listen, let's take a pause there. Because I heard that one of the Zelevs, okay, let me not use that word. One of his disciples called a radio station to talk about Jamaica and but a lot of the airports, a lot of the countries are going into PPPs. We had a PPP in place. Now, one thing that side says, and that's true, we should have had an airport, we should have had the airport already. Had they not destroyed and torn up the PPP arrangement, we would have had our airport. Because it was delivered. We had our PPP. No burden on the treasury, no burden on the consolidated fund. All the risk with the developer Yes, they were going to be given 40 years, and people say, 40 years, you give the airport. Me bugla by tout TV for 99 years, so pas dire 99 years. The guy with the ball and Bradley signed that. Bradley, you signed that. Signed away our sovereignty, basically our heritage, our patrimony for 99 years. You list it out. So that's 30 years. But that's standard operating procedure. They would maintain the airport. Everything would be on them. And we will get part of the profits. What a sweeter deal. It was delivered. Dr. Anthony delivered that to us. But no, you came in there like a bull in a china shop and you decided, nah, let me tear that up. And you didn't just tear that up, You had to pay a fine of almost $2 million because you breached contract. Imagine that, eh? You'd believe St. Lucia is a place we have oil, eh? And diamonds and gold and bauxite and all the minerals, iridium and what do you have. We are nothing, just tourism. You attend for $2 million. You got a PPP arrangement. We didn't have to spend a cent. You just destroyed that. You tore up the contract. And you paid $2 million. Because as far as you're concerned, what's $2 million? That's chump change. Because we have oil. We have gold. We have diamonds. We have bauxite. We have iridium. We have everything. Cobalt. Tutbagay. We're rich. So what is that for you? $2 million. Chump change. You destroyed that. And you paid that. Because what? And then you go down. You went to take a massive loan and you give it to, you fresh start it to a company that had never ever built. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, to me that's criminally. Direct award, the biggest contract, the biggest project in the history of St. Lucia, and you just decide unilaterally to just give that to a company that has no history of taking on any such a project of that kind, of that magnitude. And today you want to call Orange March because you want to get back there to do what? To finish deplete the treasury? To rape our resources? For what? You must be kidding me. And there are people following you. Mm-hmm. That's my issue, You all followed the Patriot, Rijok and Philip Martinez. Mm-hmm. Criminals.
Just 1 second.
Yes.
One of our most regular and most energetic followers on the Facebook Live, a St. Lucian in Canada, Jude Folks Harlow, says, "Good day, bro. Something is really wrong on Facebook.
Yes, that's true.
Just freeze.
Yes.
Can't even see. Don't know if you were seeing. Just letting you know." We mentioned about following us on YouTube. Instead, okay?
Yeah.
So just go to YouTube and type in The Real Issues with Shelton Daniel live, okay? And you should be able to get a link on the YouTube that you can follow us there.
Right.
There's some problems, obviously, that are network related.
Mm-hmm.
The TV, we've been having, some issues with it. So it's really out of my hands, I can tell you. Our IT people are the ones who will be looking into that.
Yeah.
So, my friends, see what you can do with the YouTube live streaming, and then we can move forward while I'm sure our technicians continue to work on the other aspects that are problematic at this point. Go ahead, Terry.
Right. So, you tag yourself to these guys, and you want to come back with an Orange March to what? To see what? CIP? CIP? Because, you all cannot get to Richard anymore. You realize that's that you reach the cul-de-sac. Nothing can be done. You cannot hit the prime minister. There's nobody in the cabinet. But you figure you have something. Rijok and Philip Martinez gave you a bone, and without evidence, without you just decided. You should have been like Timothy Harris, be a statesman. Join your prime minister and say, "No, brother." No, we cannot have that with St. Lucia. This is my country you're talking about. You understand? We cannot allow you to do that. You have to be a statesman because Auntie Emma told you so. Be a statesman. Be a statesman. Do that. Are you even capable of doing that? At least burying the hatchet for a minute to say, "Nah, man, I have to side with my country." Can you do that? I doubt very much. You can't. Because your whole thing is just to rule and not to leader, to rule, because you are no leader. You want to rule.
To get submission.
Your submission. You want people to submit to you. And your whole demeanor in the house speaks to that, you know. It speaks to that. You know, people, it tells you don't apologize even when you are wrong. You cannot do that.
Not only that, you try to rewrite history and twist things. You say, the trip to England was not 7 nights, it was 6 nights. Yeah. And it was a case where I paid the difference.
Right.
But whatever difference you paid still left a tab of £2,000 per night for the government of St. Lucia. Whether or not you were spending £5,000 a night, whatever, that's you. You're a rich man. You know, we know that. You're the son of a rich man. You have access to almost unlimited, it seems, reserves of cash and all of that and so on. But whatever difference you paid left the government of St. Lucia having to pick up a tab of £2,000 sterling per night.
8,000 US EC.
Yeah.
You understand? So, I mean, man, you want to march forward, want to march. We had a PPP. You could put it back up. Jaquan. We're back at economic development. We had a PPP. We had nothing to pay. But you see, just because I was talking about his demeanor in the house. I'll come back to the PPP. The way you behave, the way you treat people, the way you try to insult them, you walk out, you make your speech and you walk out and you go on, you take your ball and you go. Disrespect. That standing orders need to be revised, because you're just somebody with some mess. But I guess the skin color, and I'm going there. And if you tell me I'm racist, I'm going to play his father and him for you to show where the racism came from.
All right.
You understand? Don't mess with me. I will play it. Because of your skin color and because you think you have a certain class, we are beneath you. So you don't apologize, you don't withdraw, you don't take back anything. You say what you want, even if it's a lie. I mean, you stand up in the house and say you never went to an OAS meeting and you never said what Alva said you said. I mean, and people say that he's a compulsive liar. No, Fregis, what's Fregis for saying again?
Albert
Fregis, no, he's not a compulsive liar. It's worse than that. He's a congenital liar. It's a birth defect that he has. I mean, you are the prime minister. You went to the OAS meeting. You said boy, transparency is too onerous, blah, 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 blah. Because, you're like... Alva said it in the house. You stood up and you said, no, you never said that. And then we had to replay it. I mean, how? That's not a compulsive liar. That's a congenital liar. It's a birth defect. You understand? And you don't retract. You don't apologize. You say, you know what I mean? You just, because you don't apologize to anybody beneath you. You feel everybody in the house is beneath you. The speaker, what you do to the speaker? Do what you want. You wrong, Do what you want. After all, man. So people, you're not seeing that? The man believes he's better than us. He's above us. He wants to rule us. And then there's some idiots. Sorry, I take it back. Well, when I see outside there, who demonstrated there? Spider. Lopo told us, about your farm. This Christmas, I tell you, have to be very particular what ham I eating. I eating ham from your farm. Lopo told us about you. You're there outside there. Don't forget, you were SSDF. Anyway, I'll leave her for another show. I'll leave you for Lopo. Prudent. What has Prudent ever won? Your deaf placard. 10 people, and all of them in the hierarchy of the party. You're outside there. People are tired of you all. You all have a right to march. I say you all have a right to make a fool of yourself. You all are all idiots. You all have a right to make I almost said that word. Of yourselves. We're not going to stop yours.
You wonder about guys like Prudent who have been around politics for so long. And they just seem to have no understanding of politics, of organization, of how to organize and mobilize people. And this is the guy who is chosen to be the chairman of the UWP. Yeah. What are the qualifications that does he have but the qualification of submission?
And he wants
this is what he has, the qualification of submission. Because otherwise you look at Ferrell Prudent, and Ferrell Prudent is in every respect of his public persona a clown.
A clown.
You know,
A
he
clown.
tries to come across as sounding as an intelligent clown, as an intellectualized one, you know, the way he speaks and articulates. But Ferrell Pruden is a clown, plain and simple, you know. And when these are the kinds of people you want to be foisting on people of St. Lucia.
You want to represent the
you know what I mean?
we have to punish you see for that act of treason. We go, all right. So let's go, Shelton. Put that back up. You destroy your PPP that we had. I mean, seriously. By now we should have had the airport. You stopped it. People, you know, they want to revise history and say we didn't stop anything.
Yeah, but everything you say about them, they stay quiet for a long time. They don't say anything. And then when they believe people have forgotten the foundation, the fundamentals of the narrative, then they come back and say, oh, this never happened. We never did that.
But we had to remind you, because we're going to remind you. No, we have the receipts, you know. I just didn't bring them today because I told you I was very busy today. But we're going to remind you, so I can put it back up. So we have the HIA Redevelopment Committee to reduce debt. All right? Because, you know, Philip JP doesn't spend a bad dollar, you know. He's very prudent in how he handles not his money, the people's money, the taxpayers' money. Okay? We got a grant, 16.8 million EC dollars from the European Union to support the generation of employment through private sector development and TVET training. I'll talk a little about TVET at another time. But through the pandemic, you see, he got a grant. Now, when he gets grants, remember in opposition he said about he'd have given everybody what? 1,005. People misunderstood that. You know, they're shut up now. They are quiet.
Because they actually see it happening.
Because they actually saw. And you have Guy Joseph there. That bad Ventis. You know, Mahatma Gandhi has a famous quote. He says, I like your Christ, but I don't like your Christians. Your Christians are so unlike your Christ. You are talking about Guy Joseph. I don't know, he saw that in the future. I like your Christ, but I don't like your Christians. Your Christians are so unlike your Christ. Imagine, in the height of the pandemic, people lost their jobs. And Shelton, you know what it is when you broke? You have a cent.
Of course, yes.
Gasa, you have your...
But you don't know when next
you get it coming.
Sometimes you cannot make one salary meet the other. So, but at least you know there is a salary coming.
Yeah,
but when you don't have, and you don't know where it's coming, how it's going to come and so on. I mean, you know, this is it.
And when people lost their jobs, man, during the pandemic, we got loans and grants. And they would tell you, income support. Because people lost, so what they need is money.
Yeah, but how can you expect Alan Shastney and the, of course, invisible Minister of Health at the time? Mary was supposed to have been Minister of Health.
67 cents a square
foot. Is Guy Joseph who was making all the decisions regarding St. Jude? Is Alan Shastney giving people money, you know, to go and shop for vaccine? When a man can take money, the country's money, at a time when WHO, PAHO, CAFA are at their peak, are on their mettle, so to speak, in terms of making sure that people, the disadvantaged countries, whatever we say about those organizations, they really advocated on behalf of the poorer countries. Because they said, if you see they didn't do that, all the vaccines would have just been gobbled up by the rich countries and so on. That's why to this day, I have something in me for the AstraZeneca firm and Oxford University. The way they partnered together to develop a vaccine, not just for its efficacy, but for its accessibility, to make sure the COVAX scheme that was put to fund the vaccine. We had COVAX. We had the OECS PPS, Pharmaceutical Procurement Service, and so on. You know, we had all these things. You need to take $7.something million of our money and put in the hands of a guy who has no
cement manufacturer.
The man has no connection with healthcare. Nothing. The man has no connection with whatever it is. Let's say if it was Dr. McDowell. At least you can say Dr. McDowell has some kind of association with healthcare and so on. This guy has no association. You giving the guy $7.something. You believe a man like that can ever appreciate, you know, the value? And not just the value, but what you can do to make sure that it is properly utilized and allocated when you get this grant money to use for the COVID pandemic. When you're taking money out of your own treasury, you putting it in the hands of a man who's not connected with healthcare to send and make message for you, to buy vaccines for you. The man can't give you the vaccines. He can't give you the money. And we're just supposed to accept that. I mean, come on, you know, what else do we expect?
And then you're going to tell me, this is what he has done? And then the Adventists would stand up, the man who is antithetical to Christ. You think people will give us money to give people money?
Yeah,
But that's what they give it for. But thank God, there's a guy, he's a Christian, Anthony Isaac, my partner at NIC. He realized, nah man, you can't do that. People need money and they're hungry. And he came to our assistance. So he freed up some money from NIC so that those persons, the people who lost their jobs, who were out of work, could have had a little kahana to feed themselves and their family. Man, otherwise these people would have, that's a crime. You know what would have happened? You don't have money. Because when you don't have money, you're miserable.
Of course, yes.
You do things that you think you will not do. You'll shoplift. You'll steal.
Everything about the means to earn money was constipated, was constricted, was curtailed. You have your transportation under curfew. You have restrictions of it. You have your trade. You have everything, curfew here, restrictions there, all that kind of thing. So all the means by which people could legitimately make money were curtailed. You understand?
And you have to give them.
So you have to help them out.
And you did not give a cent because the country was broke. Country's broke. I tell you, only country's broke. After you wasted our money like that,
but you mentioned Radio St. Lucia.
Yeah, you mean?
It's always there is no money. Radio St. Lucia is broke. They have debt, so I have to close it.
Right.
Fisheries, whatever. All things that are St. Lucian, in fact, things that have St. Lucia's name attached to them, is always too heavy of a cost and a burden for Alan Chastney. But Chastney can come. He can give him Lockerbie. At the time of that period that we had, the COVID time and all of that, that's the time where your priority is to bring a man and pay him all that money to come and put
$2 million
artificial grass.
Cancer causing,
you understand? Let's say we didn't know those things yet.
Yes.
But you mean to tell me at a time when the country is broke, as you say, you don't have money to give people grants, you don't have this, you don't have that, and so on. We cannot fund it and so on. But everything that had to do with a foreign orientation, whether you call it Ojo Labs, whether you call it Lockerbie, whether you call it whatever it is that young and so on, Chastney was finding the money to go low to give to them. But anything that pertained to clearing off maybe a $2 million debt for Radio St. Lucia,
too much.
to give them a fresh thing,
or giving rebate, to the fishermen.
To give Radio St. Lucia a fresh start, fresh start, something that should be close to his heart, of course. Yes. It's too much for them. Everything that has to do with ordinary St. Lucians, it will push Chastney. It's too much burden. Shut it down. Do away with it. Mash it up. Demolish it. But once you see it comes to Lockerbie, to Ernst & Young, to Sandals, to not even allowing Inland Revenue to continue to investigate. Forget it.
I'm going to do a Shelton now. Shelton, we have to watch a clock.
Yeah, okay.
We'll take our break.
Yes.
And we shall come back, maybe, and then we'll continue a little and then take your calls, okay? So we'll take our break now, Shekwan.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild, the power to heal, the future of pain relief.
If you recently submitted a claim to the National Insurance Corporation, you also need to submit your financial account information to get paid. All NIC benefit claims are now paid conveniently through your local financial institution. To provide your bank or credit union account information, simply log on to the NIC website at www.stlucianic.org. Click the Financial Account Information tab and fill out the form. It's that easy. You only submit once. Ensure you enter the details of an open active account in your name. If you do not have access to the internet, visit any NIC office to collect the financial account information form. Help us to help you. NIC, for the benefit of us all.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Hi, good afternoon to my good friend Erwin. I know you normally associate Erwin with a man, so it's not Alcindor, the illegal alien, my former, Radio Caribbean co-worker. It's a lady whose name is Erwin. She says, by the way, Shelton, what's wrong with HTS? It's off the air permanently. Erwin, you really think you can ask me a question like that? I'm struggling to find out what's with MBC that we have, the sound cutting off. You call in to ask me, but I read it and I'm not rebuking you or anything. I'm just saying that these days there seem to be challenges for a lot of, media and TV and so on. And a lot of them may not be problems internal to them, their equipment or whatever. Sometimes they're network-related issues. They're going out on the cable. They might be doing everything right, but the transmission, whether the connection between them and the cable provider or from the cable provider to the public, they're not the cable provider themselves, so they will be either function on the flow cable or whatever other cable that we may have. I don't even know who the providers are and so on. So whatever they are, the Spectra cable and so on, you might be having problems with them. For example, I used to sometimes I'm watching the news or I put my TV on to watch our lunchtime news, and the TV is at a certain moderated level. And then I go to the bathroom, I go to do something, and then big loud, It's like, there doesn't seem to be that moderation, and the volume just goes way, then it goes way low and so on. That seems to be not an NBC thing. It's happening with I've seen it other TV stations, and sometimes it outright startles you. And I used to think that it was, it was basically, how you call that? An easy thing, it's no rocket science nowadays, but apparently there's a challenge. So when we have little sound problems and this and so on, they don't necessarily have to do with conspiracy or anybody messing us up, Some time ago we had some problem with the link between our radio and our TV. Our program is hosted in our radio studio, and someone noted that everything is okay. With the radio, that the problem is with the TV, and we later found out it was the link that we're using, a wireless link between the radio and the TV, and then we put a hardwire cable, which after a long time we didn't have a problem. So you never know what it may be, and we might discover it again. Things shift and all of that. Thank you very much to my friend Felix, who says you guys are batting today. You seem to be seeing the ball as big as a breadfruit. Thank you very much for that, Felix. And let me just see. Terry, I when you're on, like I tell you, I like to just, give myself, a little bit in the corner.
Yeah. I want to address a comment when you finish.
Okay, all right. I see something about the CIP. All right, okay. It's not about the CIP. Okay. It's about the special prosecutor, which is another discussion. Another discussion in itself. Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah. Now, there's Maxine made a statement. The $20 million or the grants and some of the loans we got for income support. Don't forget we are coming to election.
Yes.
These guys, the only thing they had to show for election was a bypass road for Tioaking. Don't forget that. I tried to list on a piece of paper, and that's all I could come up with. So they had nothing to do. They had nothing to show. They could not show slate. So you know what they did? Instead of giving income support to those persons who lost their jobs, they started trying to do roads. Shimekwedi. So they call it, imagine they even call Renault. And they would just, now there's a term for it. They would build it, finance it, and etc. And then they'll pay later. That's now. Let me take my time to do that. Let me take my time, and that's important. So we came up with the phrase "people don't eat roads." You see, there's a level of sophistication in our communication. SLP. Sometimes they say our PR bad, but you see that connected with the people because they knew that money was meant for them, income support. But because they had wasted, the country's broke, they had wasted the money, they had nothing, they tried to fool us, it's glah. Roads. Because I heard guys just talking about, if the jet skis on the police van can arrest people, guys have a really cool, you guys, a poor book the highly collecting the degree. Cool. But the police need the vehicles to execute their duties. I mean, that is what you're going on a platform to say bad Adventists. Anyway, you create roads. That is where that came from because the people needed money to sustain themselves. And you took the bread from their mouth to put it in roads. So that is where, our level of sophistication and communication is more effective than y'all. So that connected. So guy, when you say, the police cannot, Vans doesn't arrest people. Beatties. That can hold. And so, listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. Jacqueline, there's a meme I sent to you there. Let me see if I can pull it up for you there. There is a fundamental thing. What they did was to burden the country with let me get it for you, Jacqueline. This one. Jacqueline? Is not there? Alright, this one. You pull up this meme. I want to read it. They burden the country because maybe they thought they would have won again. And the payables was one. I'll come back to economic development. We have time. Tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, voila. They burden the country. They saddle us with that. Now
the next time you won't be able to be first is when you need a haircut again.
Yeah, that was a nice haircut. That was a nice time. We must pay that man. That was a wonderful time in Alger, the School of Innovation and Technology.
Yes.
Now, the debt they left there on these roads, $174 million. Yo kite sala pour Philippe J.P. ko patch atsal. So you have to pick that up. First order of business, Jacqueline, you let Jacqueline put it on there. I can talk about this. Just a meme. It's not. Let us read that. So during the first 30 months, that's all they were doing, incurring debt. And the man borrowed $500,000 in no time. He boasted about that. And yet, after 2 weeks of COVID, the country is broke. We have no more money. The country is broke. And Philip J.P. comes in now. That's what I tell man.
No, me model at this. The country is broke.
So, you're going to see that, you look at your 30 months, you come in there, Ernst & Young, largest. Ernst & Young, Locker B. Yeah, I mean, the man just went on a spending spree.
What was the name? Malone. Malone fell. All of that.
Jeez. Ladies and gentlemen, the man just went on a spending spree.
No, but Richard Frederick had told us long in advance that the man's father told him.
Told him so.
And Richard said, I can't believe Alan is serious about one
thing. But to run, yes, I remember that. We must get
Alan's
that.
father himself.
He even wrote an article in the Star.
That Alan spends money like a child who never had toys. That this money has become his place.
Let me read that for you there. And that was written by, during the first 30 months in office, Shasta was engaged in gifting contracts to foreign entities like Ernst & Young, for example, Ojo Labs. Ojo and fellas, billionaires.
He couldn't wait to write off the $24 million.
Million for Sandals.
Now, we're not saying that Sandals actually owed it, but it's significant. It's significant now that Gaston Brown is complaining about the same thing. That Sandals is illegally withholding tax that it has collected
on behalf of the people.
Which a guy who's not even supporting Gaston Brown, a man who was the former controller and head of the financial consultancy advisory board for the government, Everett Christian, said, look, when you collect things like VAT, in Antigua it's called ABST, or any kind of tax, you should not reckon it as part of your revenue. It's not a matter about you have a cash flow problem, so you're going to use the tax money in the meantime to block a hole. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to pretend that where your own coffers are concerned, that money does not exist.
It's correct.
You collected it on behalf of the government in trust. You're supposed to pass it on.
Yes.
If you things bad, you can go and apply and say, look, can we get some more concessions because
it's
things
something
rough,
right,
etc., etc.,
right,
etc. You don't just go and take it. The guys just went and they just said, oh, that's okay, forget about it. All this thing that happened with the Dyer Mall,
that's right.
You know, all these things that happened with land that they bought that they had to go back and buy the land. I mean, it's a whole lot.
Okay, so
craziness all over.
Gifting our money to Ernst & Young.
Yeah.
Criminal. You owe contract. Our boy Frank Charles. You tell me you are Christian. The man has done the work. The QSs told you the work is well done and everything.
Yeah.
You refuse to pay the man.
And
Christian,
the approval was already there to pay the man before
you
the
stopped
government
it
changed
because
it.
he doesn't.
And then you go into the parliament and you saying things to the effect, because he must have been referring to people like Frank Charles.
That's
that's
right.
what you're crying for.
You
have
just
a
start
lot
to
of
cry.
crying to do still, you know. I mean,
well, don't worry. You'll be out. You'll be out in the wilderness because your heart is too wicked. You want to call Philip Pierre wicked? You're a wicked man. You refuse to pay. So Philip J. Pierre came in 30 months, owed on the books $174 million in payables, and no corruption. He didn't make it. Now that's the thing, sometimes I feel, Mr. Pierre, you have to tell us, man, the nastiness. I know sometimes you don't want to talk because you're too good.
It's not that he doesn't want to talk. I think our Prime Minister wants to stay focused.
Right.
Focused on the job of being Prime Minister.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to point out the nastiness.
Focused on the job of being the finance minister of this country. Focused on looking for the welfare and the well-being and the development of St. Lucians and so on. Focused on solving the problems that were solved, that were caused by those people, by not allowing yourself to become too immersed and too absolutely consumed by them,
Okay, so Mr. Pierre came in, he met 140 all to small contractors,
Yeah.
You see how the fellas were trying to fool us? So they're making us believe the country is, but we knew that. That's why we said we don't eat roads. The people needed the money. You took the people's money to do magic. But Philip Pierre came in and he started paying off all the contractors. Now he didn't ask what's your color. He didn't ask Frank, well, Frank Charles but the others, he never asked what's your color.
Yeah.
Red, blue, yellow, green. He paid because you are owed. And Philip Pierre is an honorable man. And now that is, at the time of writing, it was down to 78. All right? To 88 million. That's about half. That's money pumped back into the economy. And I'm sure by now, when that is updated, we'll no man, all we owe now to small contractors, they're about 30 million. You understand? That's how you do it. When people work, you must pay them. When people, by the sweat of thy brow, they have earned it. And you the bad ventis, you on the pulpit preaching and all kind of thing, and your heart wicked like. Jacqueline, open the lines. I will continue with the other achievements tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. It doesn't really matter because you need to have your say, because I realize we're coming on to the last 10 minutes. So, when I ask...
Let's just say the numbers. 487-9849. That is the mobile number. You can WhatsApp call us on it. 487-9849 and 4533911. We're getting our first call already.
Caller, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, caller, you're on the air. Go ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
My brother Guizi, man.
All right, Alpha.
Guizi. Shelton, good afternoon, Shelton.
What's up?
Yeah. Let me tell you.
Yes, my brother.
Daniel, if I know people don't listen and hear what you're saying, Pakuti, they want that permission to maybe say you had false vision, you want that to be like thing for what? Is it Dolphin?
Dolphin Park.
Then you give a Chinese man how much rent for nothing. Then you take pensioners' money. You give it to Cabot.
Yeah.
One of them there. After man, I'm not doing this and justice to this country.
And at the same time, you're giving away so much. You're cutting the subvention of the National Trust to zero.
Welfare Association.
Yeah, to zero.
After
I tell you, Abodi.
Abodi Abu Fest. Sir Kwefche.
Yes. So, boy, if people allow that thing, me to come there again and see me like all for long.
Yes, man.
I only hope Lucians are listening and the eyes and the ears are open and the eyes they're listening and the eyes are open to see the atrocities made did to this country.
And we have finished it, huh? We have finished it, you know.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Alpha.
Yes.
Right, so Philip JP is paying down. Sheldon, somebody's disagreeing with you. Say, oh my word. Yes, let's take this call. It's your time. Let's take this call.
Yeah, Sheldon.
Yes, well, what's
I
up?
let the guy talking on air. We're waiting for him in Texas.
You have a plan for him?
Did he get cut off?
All right. No, I think that's all he wanted to say. We're waiting for him in Bexo.
Yes.
We have a plan for him.
All right, let's go, caller.
Hi, caller. Good afternoon. Real Issues. You're on the air.
Good afternoon, and how are you?
Doing okay. How about you?
And to your friend, his name not staying in my mind.
Terry.
Yeah, Terry Fenelon.
Good afternoon to you all.
Good afternoon.
Sheldon,
Yes.
when you buy a bouillie en chemwe, depuis your sweat, mon frère, qui bien avance your sweat. I used to sit down there watching at news, looking at my television, seeing the opposition with their so-called match, and hearing guys saying that Prime Minister Honorable Philip JPA is the worst Prime Minister he has ever seen. Well, I want to leave a message for Guy. He can never put Prime Minister Philip JPA on Chasney. Chasney can never go inside the shoe of Philip JPA. I can remember when Chasney came in office. Months he was already flying. He was flying every week like a dove all over the place. Never see so many acting prime minister for 3 months. He had no time. And after all what he do, take out laptop from children. First thing he did, the little pantry that was there. Some people was there earning their little bread. He mashed that up. So they had to go home, no job for them. The little trust fund, when the poor people, the little house got burned, he took out all that.
That's right.
So much things, sell all our land to Waking. I never see that in history. Every time he bring an investor, he have to give the investor to make a start. Never see that. And today, Guy have the guts to open his mouth under his nose and say that Philip Japierre is the worst prime minister he has ever seen. After all, it's give and take. But anyway, I want to let Guy know that the God above can see all things and hear all things. He say he is a Christian, he's an Adventist, but he's not an Adventist. He is a 7 days. Because there are a difference between 7 days and Adventists.
Really?
Adventists
I didn't know that.
Huh?
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Yeah.
There is a difference between 7-day Adventists and 7 days.
But I'll tell you what, here's a little bit of advice I'd like to give to everybody. Maybe even my friend Terry as well, you know. Some people, the greatest danger that they pose to us is the provocation they can cause to our spirit. So that our spirits become so provoked that everything that involves and characterizes and is associated with them, we can tend to basically condemn and dismiss it because of them. And so we get a negative view of 7-day Adventists because one disgusting person happens to be a 7-day Adventist. And we don't want to do that. You understand? There are too many 7-day Adventists who continue to behave and pursue what is positive and what is right and what is clean and what is moral and so on. And so if we find Guy Joseph to not be living up to that, let us try very hard not to even give the hint, you understand, that we are basically tarnishing every Seventh-day Adventist on account of him. Well, I just want to say that, you understand? Let's not get into this thing about the bad Adventists and the Seven Days and the Adventists. It is the Seventh-day Adventist Church. That's what we know it is. Yeah. So let's leave it at that.
Let me just chime in there. One of my swing buddies is his 70th pastor. We are very close, and I could tell you this is an upright man. And every Sunday,
there is a God.
And every Sunday, there's a group from the Adventist Church. They're learning to swim, and sometimes I help out because they are good people. So I don't want to give it up.
Let's not forget that in the politics of St. Lucia, including the politics of the Labour Party, we have had such as Dr. Robert Lewis, who from everything I've heard is a man of as is known, impeccable integrity and so on. We've had Minister Rambali, we've had Joachim, we still have Joachim Henry. We still have so many people who are Adventists, and so we don't want to be tarnishing Adventists and so on.
We just seen that bad egg there. The one that Mahatma Gandhi wrote about.
But go ahead. Sorry to disturb you. I just don't want to be taking pot shots at people because of their religion or their dreadlocks or whatever it is. Go ahead.
By the fruit you shall know them.
What I was saying to say there is a difference between Seventh-day Adventists and 7 days, because Seventh-day Adventists are the people who are keeping God's command, love their neighbor as themselves, and looking forward for the second coming of Christ. And Seventh-day Adventists are those who just go to church on Saturdays. Okay,
all right. Let's leave it at that. Anything further from you?
Well, I am just praying for Philip J. Pierre and all his colleagues that God will bless them and continue to do the work they are doing.
Correct. And
all I know, the whole country is praying for them.
So
God is in control.
All right. Great stuff. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have another call on the line. Good afternoon. Real Issues.
And so I'm going to be rough because it is only 4 minutes to the time and I can't even make the point that I called to make. But however, I'll be as sweet and short as I can be.
That's good.
Sari, I saw you had a little piece of orange paper in your hand and you saying it is the list of achievements of the last administration.
Yes, that's what I could have found.
Terry, as a view fortune, I implore you, I impel you to not call the bypass road in Viewfort an achievement because 26 community roads suffered as a result and 13 major roads could have been fixed with that $13 million that we did not get. So please remove it. You might have to cut the paper.
Tomorrow.
Don't do that.
Okay.
All right. Now tomorrow I shall quarrel with you better because I will have a lot more time. Bye bye.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much.
Right.
Good evening, bro. Very great program, but the sound is coming in and out. I don't know why. I am in the north of the island. How can you be in the north of St. Lucia now and tell me good evening? Time of day now. But anyway, thanks for giving us the heads up on how it stands with you where the sound is concerned. We have another call on the line. Oh, no, we don't. I'm sorry about that. Go ahead, Terry.
So, Shelton, we're coming to the time. But we're going to continue the list. And Labour Party supporters, sometimes I find you a little too weak heart. I want to pronounce that. You're a little too weak, man. You see, 10 fellas demonstrating 2020. Well, let them demonstrate because that's their right. Everybody must have the right to make a fool of themselves. Your party and your government is on the right track. What we have to do now, we have to educate ourselves, and hopefully Shelton and I will help you. We will bring out the stuff that they are doing so that you will be informed and that you can inform others. Because I want to inform my Flubbo friends. I have Flubbo friends. And I want to tell them, hello, let's look at this objectively. This is this is that, this is that. And tomorrow I'm going to list, we're going to continue to list because I see we have to finish up where am I? Economic development, I see education, and I see a long list there. Well, a few things I know about there. Then we go into finance. Some of the things I may not know, but I'll have enough time to research tonight. And then we're going to tell you all, and as we update it, you will know. So when they go out there and they say about the price of goods, we'll tell Shase, tell your father to lower the price first because the government has removed the 6% charge that we were collecting. So that should be 6% less. You understand? Stop price gouging. If you all are doing that, I'm not saying you are doing that. Stop that. You understand? But price control goods will be price control goods. But lower your margin. You don't have to make 145% profit. Some of you do. That's what the markup is. Lower it a bit. Allow people to eat. You understand? Don't inflate the thing artificially. Yes. All right. So let me bid you farewell today. We're coming on to the lottery. And I shall see you tomorrow, God willing.
Thank you very much, everyone, for being part of the Real Issues today. Terry has already indicated that he intends to be back here again tomorrow, and I always welcome him. On behalf of all of us, himself, me, and Jaquan, our technical operator, this is Shelton Daniel signing out.
All right. Adios.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
If you recently submitted a claim to the National Insurance Corporation, you also need to submit your financial account information to get paid. All NIC benefit claims are now paid conveniently through your local financial institution.
Draw of Tuesday, 26 November 2024 will double daily grand 6, 9, 14, 22. Big 4 0390. Big 4 multi-X 2X. Pick 2 6 5. Pick 2 multi-X 3X. One off 800. Lucky 3 238. Multi.
The man, the voice. Your hero is back. Raw facts, no fluff. Shelton Daniel is here to deal with the issues. Real issues. 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. Monday to Friday on Real FM.